As East-West tensions escalated amid threats and counter-threats over Syria, Arsene Wenger slipped quietly into the Russian capital, proving to be just the man to send into a diplomatic crisis. There was a gun on his chest, but Wenger had the charm turned on maximum, arriving late with a wry and disarming smile through the back door of a press conference room in a five-star hotel to find his audience facing the other way. Dressed for long-haul comfort in hoodie and trainers, the Arsenal boss was delighted to report a warm reception from about 100 supporters at Moscow's Sheremetyevo airport and from opponents CSKA. Two football clubs have forged an unlikely bond over the two legs of a Europa League quarter-final tie. Framed by the crisis which has erupted since Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia were poisoned in Salisbury last month. Tensions reached a new level as the London club flew east, with US President Donald Trump taking to Twitter to turn up the rhetoric, claiming the relationship was worse than it had been during the Cold War. Arsenal officials insisted they were perfectly happy with the arrangements in Moscow for the team and the 300 fans expected to travel from London and have not made any attempt to beef up security. Perhaps some common ground was to be expected. CSKA were formed as the Russian army team. Arsenal are the Gunners, with their founding connections to the Royal Artillery. Sport can always play a positive role in life, said Wenger. Between countries, as well. That is why sport is always an opportunity to facilitate relationships. I am convinced tomorrow night will be normal and the World Cup will be well organized and sport will have a more active role during this period than ever. We have no problems to come here and I don't think that will affect the game. We are not really informed about what is right and wrong, so we are best to stay out of that. But we had many Russian fans in London and there was no problem. Why should it be different here? Wenger has his own war to win. He has yet to conquer Europe in more than 2 decades with Arsenal. Doubts cloud his long-term future at the club and success in this campaign with its gateway to the Champions League has become his prime target. Even if it does not secure him the chance to build another team, it will ensure one more high and another trophy on the Roll of Honor. Even if the manager refused to be drawn into talk of a possible final in Lyon. It would be Arsenal's first European final since 2010 when they were beaten on penalties by Galatasaray in the UEFA Cup. The Europa League is important for us, everyone knows that, said Wenger. We are at a stage where we focus on it because in the Premier League we have a very slim chance to move further up, so the Europa League is one of the big targets now. But we live in the real world and in the real world we are in the quarter-final. It is a long way to go to the final. Arsenal, who have never won in Russia, need only avoid a calamity against CSKA to proceed to the last four and will use Barcelona's demise in the Champions League to guard against complacency. Like CSKA, Roma trailed 4-1 against Barca after the first leg but won 3-0 in Italy to complete an upset. It came at the perfect time for us, said Arsenal defender Shakran Mustafi. You are never safe, especially when you win at home and then go away. You have to be very careful how you show up. We must be focused and concentrated to finish the job we did in the first leg. Arsenal are in good form, having won 6 in a row, and they have performed better away from home in Europe than in domestic competitions this season. They are the top scorers in the Europa League with 27 goals in 11 games. We are not under threat of complacency, said Wenger. We know this is an important target for us to go as far as possible. Maybe Barcelona last night is a good warning for us. Let's not go overboard. As well, there's still a big job to do. We are in a strong position and the way we approach the game will be vital. They are without some key players. A knee injury has ruled out Henrik Mkhitaryan. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is cup-tied and Granit Xhaka has stayed in London with flu. However, they really will expect to be in Friday's draw for the semi-final, another step along the way to one more trophy for Wenger. Then he can step down with his career enhanced to focus on a career at the United Nations.